What is this all about?
How can he know?
Do you think it's funny?
You're just a part of my imagination.
It's David Levin for Wise Brother Media and Pop Goes the Culture, and today I'm talking to a personal favorite from the Newsroom and The Family, and from a whole bunch of movies, including Hail Caesar, and one of my favorites, Midnight in Paris, as Zelda Fitzgerald. Today I'm talking to Alison Pill. Alison, thanks for talking to me today.
Thanks for having me.
So you've got kind of a wacky movie coming out. I looked at the trailer, and I'm like, what the what?
No, I think that's the response that most people, even watching the movie, will have.
What is? I'm a huge comic fan. So tell me about Zoom.
All right. Well, the
long pause.
Yeah. This is a movie about a graphic novelist who I play, who creates a character who's Gail Garcia Bernal, the wonderful Mexican actor, and he's a director of a film about a novelist, wonderful Brazilian actor named Mariana Ximenez, who is writing a novel about my character. And so it's like a Russian doll situation if the smallest Russian doll also was the biggest.
Meta, inside.
Exactly. But it's a really funny comedy. I mean, it takes in things like body image. It takes in things like social media and just the general dissatisfaction with your life when faced with other people's more glamorous lives, and that in the end, that's all really silly stuff.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching the trailer, and you rarely see things about, breast size and penis size in a theatrical trailer. It's just like, what?
Yeah.
Not for kids, right?
No.
Don't take the family.
Decidedly, I would say just, over 18 or whatever.
Not a Disney film.
Exactly.
And that's pretty cool, though. And so you've worked with some amazing people. I mean, you've worked with Woody Allen. What was that experience like for you?
It was wonderful. The first film we did together, and trust me, I understand that it's crazy that I get to say the first film that I did with him.
Yes.
But that was such a surreal time and experience that I still, whenever anybody else has seen the movie, I'm amazed. I'm like, oh, that wasn't just a fever dream.
Right.
That's great. That exists in the world. That
really
actually happened to me.
How old were you when you worked with Woody? Because you're still pretty young.
Well, there was. What was that? 6 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
When you've started at 11.
Yeah, you were already a veteran, weren't you?
I know. I'm like,
yeah, I'm an old pro. Oh, Woody Allen, sure, no problem. I can do that.
But it was such an amazing thing to be a part of. We didn't get the full script. I only had my scenes.
Right.
So I had no idea it was a time travel movie. For a while, I was like, Owen Wilson's costume is sort of not good.
You just sort of went with it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, and then slowly it became clear over the course of shooting. I was like, oh,
right.
He's from now.
Right. Oh, that's great. I love that. I did not know that because he's so secretive. Woody Allen's so secretive about his movies, isn't he?
Yes.
And did he talk with you at all? I mean, I hear stories of he's really hands off with actors. He's really quiet.
Yeah. Well, yes, but he says the necessary things, and he doesn't really. I was really worried. I was like, I think he hates this. I don't know. But then in working with him the second time and really observing, I'm like, he doesn't move on easily. Like, he doesn't say, I've got it, unless he does. And the other thing that was so... He just said the most wonderful, helpful thing about Zelda, because you're not going to show up for this without having done research and prepared. So I'd read the books. I'd read the wonderful Mitford biography of her and read some of Scott's work and A Movable Feast. And
Right.
and then when I showed up in Paris, he just very simply said, well, she's Southern and she's the life of the party. So...
And that's it. And that's it. All
Well,
this
that's-
research, and then he just gives you this tiny little course correction.
And it's exactly it. Those are the two things you kind of have to do. And you're like, oh, right, okay.
Got
Great,
it.
thank you.
Yeah, she's not a historical person. She's a person. You know, she's
Right.
just a real
Yeah.
person in that moment.
Yeah.
That's great. What about working with Aaron Sorkin? Is it kind of, you know, some people are kind of fast and loose with dialogue, but I would imagine with him it's more like, you know, if it's on the paper, you say it just the way it's written.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, the vast majority of the cast comes from a theater background,
Right.
which is sort of necessary in a world where there's so much improv or loosey-goosiness.
Yeah.
Because none of us come from that land.
Right,
you know?
right.
Text is Bible, and that's what we stick to. And certainly at moments when you've just finished a massive speech and you find out that was a comma, not a period, you might want to punch him. But usually he's right.
And how about, did you get to do any walk and talks on the Newsroom?
I mean,
Because he's known for the walk and talks.
It wasn't
right?
really. It wasn't so much because we didn't have a ton of hallways,
Yes.
but there were. We did have a big room to walk around in. So yeah, I feel like we did enough of that to satisfy the walk and talk.
Well, for the theater, I saw you, the first time I saw you was in the House of Blue Leaves. That's where I became aware of you with Ben Stiller. What was he like to work with on stage?
He's so wonderful. He's such a kind, shy, serious person.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so good in that. And I had done a play with Tommy Sadowski, who played Don on the Newsroom, was in that production as well.
You're right.
We played husband and wife, though we never had scenes together.
Right.
Because I got blown up.
Well, you know, these things happen.
I had done a play with Edie Falco as well.
Yes.
Who's just one of the... I mean, we just had such a good time on that play. That was such a special cast, special play. Getting to talk and work with John Guare was, a dream come true. Yeah.
Terrific. Okay, so Zoom is coming out this weekend. What else you got coming up that we should be looking for?
In December, and forgive me, I'm pregnant. I don't remember the date in December.
That's
Somebody told me at one point. I'm like, it's December. I don't know. I'll have a baby.
You'll have a baby by then. When do you do?
Right now, end of November.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So anytime there's something in December, I'm like, blah blah blah. Don't even know.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I'll be have a baby. You know, keeping me up all night.
There's a wonderful movie that I just got to see last week. Actually, I got to see the cut. It's called Miss Sloane. It stars Jessica Chastain and Mark Strong, and John Lithgow and Sam Waterston are in it.
So
and,
nobody good then, I guess.
Nobody good. It's too bad. We got a terrible cast together.
Got all the second stringers. Sam Waterston, who you've worked with before.
Yeah, we call the movie the B Team. And it's about a very flawed, wonderful character played by Jessica Chastain, who's a Washington lobbyist who ends up lobbying for a background check gun law.
Huh.
And it's about the process.
So it's fiction then, I guess.
It is. Yes, it is. It's totally, but it's this completely plausible scenario, and it looks at. It's not an easy movie. It's not something that people should be like, ugh, anti-gun.
Right.
It's a complicated picture
Yes.
of what of lobbying, of Washington, of getting entrenched in these issues, and also about corruption in general, and personal corruption.
Got it. So
I think it's really good.
It sounds amazing. I'll be watching. I'll be looking for it. I really want to see Zoom. Don't know if I'm going to get out this weekend to see it. I have a kid myself.
Well, that's the wonderful thing. It's on demand.
Really already?
Yeah, it's a
So it's
simultaneous release.
Oh, that is so of the moment, isn't it?
I know.
Good,
And
we'll watch it at home.
Because the thing is, we would never get, or not never. It's hard to get a national release for a small independent weirdo movie.
So
But the
people
nice
can watch
thing
it
is
on demand this weekend.
They can watch it on demand and on
awesome.
the iTunes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Alison Pill, on behalf of Wise Brother Media and Pop Goes the Culture, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you.